Hey everybody, Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter. The top story in this week's newspaper: a South Monroe County man faces multiple felony charges after a more than 2-hour standoff with Monroe County deputies last Tuesday, April 5th. Robert O'Neill, age 51, was arrested and charged with multiple felonies. Police were called to the home after his stepfather, and mother called 911 to report that the stepson was pointing a gun at them and also drunk and wanting to drive off. Deputies surrounded the home, and a standoff began. They got the family out of the home and tried to get Mr. O'Neill to surrender. He preferred that a deputy come in and talk to him, but that was not on the table. Monroe County deputies finally sent in a law enforcement robot borrowed from Bibb County. Mr. O'Neill promptly shot out the robot, three shots at the robot, according to the sheriff's office. That robot was valued at $10,000, and Brad Freeman, the sheriff of Monroe County, said they would have to reimburse them for that. Finally, O'Neill was captured when he went to the garage to get yet another cold beer. Mr. O'Neill facing multiple felony charges. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Meet all your glass needs right here in Monroe County. Glass Technologies, located at 8499 Riverly Road in Bolingbrook, offers in-house glass cutting, custom glass shower enclosures, residential and commercial glass replacement, and sunroofs. They specialize in residential services and provide free estimates on all their work, no matter how big or small. Give them a call, 478-993-2101, or find them on Facebook.
Well, that secret Riverland deal that went down with Monroe County commissioners last year is the subject of more news in this week's newspaper. It appears that the county is admitting now that they illegally sold the land by not advertising it correctly. State law requires property that is declared surplus and put out for bid to be advertised in the legal organ at least 15 days before bids are open. County only advertised it 2 days ahead of the bid opening. Only one bid was submitted, that of those two property owners who bought the property infamously for just $100,000 for 103 acres down on the Juliette River. The property formerly owned by Plant Camellia, where they had that pajamas plant down in Juliette. The property contains over 3,000 feet of river frontage, almost more than half a mile. County commissioners saying they're not sure what happened. There's no record in the minutes that the property was discussed or that any votes were taken. District Attorney Jonathan Adams telling the Reporter that there's nothing in the law that calls for what consequences should be meted out for this act. But he said that if someone does file a lawsuit, they probably would be able to get a judge's order, to claw back the deal and rescind it. See more details, lots of commentary and news on this hot topic in this week's Reporter.
Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories.
Hi, I'm Donna Wilson with this week's Monroe County Reporter Incident of the Week. A Morningside Drive woman went to jail on March the 22nd after she admitted to Corporal Kimberly Barnett that she had struck her husband in the face with a closed fist. The woman's husband told Barnett she punched him under his left eye after he told her he wanted a divorce while they were arguing in front of their daughter. The woman told Barnett she hit him because he was being verbally abusive. She was then arrested and secured in the rear of the corporal's patrol vehicle. Her husband said it wasn't the first time she had been physically abusive towards him. See more incidents on page 5D.
Hey y'all, it's Tammy Refzeder with this week's Monroe County Reporter's Everyday Hero. In Monroe County, there are 13 centers where residents can go to recycle. The centers are attended by 26 elderly gentlemen who are known as full-time part-timers, along with 4 floaters who go from station to station as needed. One such gentleman is Lamar Edwards, who came to Monroe County with his wife Janice in 1981, along with two neighbors who lived across the street from him in Macon. He said they were worried about the rising crime problems in Bibb County, and the three men went in together on some land on Edge Road, built 3 custom homes, and have been good buddies ever since. Lamar, who will be 79 in August, has worked at the recycling center on Baines Ferry Road for 2 years, working 49 hours every 2 weeks. He said he heard the county needed attendance when he went to the recycling center one day and was soon on his way to fill out an application after driving 3,177,000 miles as an over-the-road Walmart trucker for 27 years. Lamar loves to talk and says he looks forward to seeing the people who stop by, and they look forward to seeing him. He laughed and said, "It's not a hard job. It's a good job for old folks." Originally from Albany, Georgia, Lamar's first job back in the 1950s was chasing foul balls and home run balls for $1 a game for the St. Louis Cardinals, who had a farm club in his hometown. When asked about retirement, Lamar said, "I can't sit around. It gets boring sitting around. As long as I'm healthy, I'm going to get out and do something. There's no free ride. In my generation, we were raised to work." One more everyday hero from Monroe County.
A Forsyth woman was hospitalized after she apparently had a diabetic episode and crashed into a power pole on Johnston Street. It happened on Monday, and the lady's name was Wilma Lowe, 69 years old. She was in her red Mazda, headed down Johnston Street, heading west on Johnston Street when she apparently passed out. Her car plowed over a stop sign in the yard of Lee Roberts right there at the corner of Johnston and Indian Springs, and then hit the mailbox and then ran into a power pole where it stopped. Miss Lowe was taken by Monroe County EMS to the hospital, and it appears her injuries are not life-threatening. See more details in this week's report.
Meet all your glass needs right here in Monroe County. Glass Technologies, located at 8499 Rivoli Road in Bolingbrook, offers in-house glass cutting, custom glass shower enclosures, residential and commercial glass replacement, and sunroofs. They specialize in residential services and provide free estimates on all their work, no matter how big or small. Give them a call, 478-993-2101, or find them on Facebook.
Hello, my name is Terry Johnson, and I write Monroe Outdoors for the Reporter. This week, I'm going to be talking about a plant that is probably unfamiliar to most of you. However, it has a history in this country dating back to the 16 and 1700s. In fact, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson both made plantings of this plant in their gardens. In this week's Reporter, I'm going to tell you why this plant is not only beautiful, but it is also of value to wildlife, like our native pollinators, butterflies, bees, and it is also eaten by birds. Find out all about it in this week's Reporter.
Have you seen this? No, I'm working on the crossword puzzle. There's another chase in Monroe County. Seriously, another? It's crazy. You really got to keep up with the reporter. Subscribe today. It's only $50 a year.
The Forsyth Police Department has released information saying that an internal investigation found that officers did nothing wrong the night of March 23rd when Tory Proctor was killed and found late the next morning at Lake Juliet. The family of Tory Proctor had gone to Forsyth Police to report they couldn't find her. The Forsyth Police Department finally releasing details about that night and their response. The mother of the boyfriend, who was eventually charged with murder, was called to the apartment around 2 a.m. to open the apartment of her son to see if Tory was there. She was not. They talked about pinging their phones, but it was decided that it was not a life or death situation, and so the phones were not pinged. The Chief Eddie Harris of the Forsyth Police Department saying his officers did everything right and under protocol, except the only mistake they made was to tell her that it had to be 24 hours before they could post her name in the Georgia Crime Information Computer that goes statewide. It's actually 12 hours, but Harris saying that it would not have affected the outcome. Miss Proctor's body was found the next day in a car by Monroe County deputies after the family went to the sheriff's office. Her boyfriend was charged with murder. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Hey, Monroe County, whether you need garage floors, basements, pool decks, or driveway patios, Concrete Coatings are the ones to call. Commercial or residential, they offer a 5-year warranty. Free estimates, call today. Concrete Coatings,
Serving all of Middle Georgia.
Lots of sports in this week's Reporter, including the Mary Persons baseball team winning its, catch this, 23rd game in a row. That's not a typo. Bulldogs on a tear, building up to a huge monster game next Tuesday and Wednesday with Pike County, who is number 1 in the state and also number 1 in the region. That'll be for the region championship, those 2 games. Meanwhile, Mary Persons soccer coaches Dallas and Casey Hall announcing they are leaving for Flowery Branch next season. Dallas Hall has been the girls' coach for 6 years here in Forsyth, and he will be greatly missed. In other news, Jim Finch, the principal of Mary Persons, elected unanimously the president of the Georgia High School Association, putting him in charge of the decision-making body of the body that governs sports in the state of Georgia for high school. Also, Jacob Moore of Forsyth signs. He goes to Covenant. He signs his commitment to go play football at Shorter University. The Mary Persons girls tennis team makes the playoffs. Oh, and those soccer teams are also in the playoffs. Find out more about that. And all of the rec basketball teams are in this week's Reporter. If your son or daughter played basketball at the rec department, you'll need to find a copy of this week's paper and cut that out for your refrigerator. Much more in sports in this week's Reporter.
Hey, Monroe County, if you're planning a wedding, a big event, a corporate Christmas party, we have the place for you. Our friends at Macon Tent Rentals, Jeff Holloway and his team are Monroe County residents, and they are the best. They are the top of the pack when it comes to tent rentals and preparing for the equipment for a big party. Tents, tables, chairs, lighting, dance floors, staging, pipe, drapes, cooling units, linen, cafe lights, just to name a few. You can even pick up items for rent at their location. Call now for a free quote, 478-746-8269.